Let's see. My name's Alan Satchwell, and we're here today to look at one of my songs, is Heaven Real, from my second album with Martoon Records. Heaven real, is heaven real? Is it the way you make me feel? Is still a way to a better place? And this funky chord, the A. Believe that heaven's real, heaven's real. So there's there's music there.
That's cool.
So this particular record is unique because I'm doing a hybrid of real and MIDI instruments. And I wanted something to sound a little housey, a little 90s housey, and I started the whole thing with a loop sample. So here is the loop. You hear that and you think, it's 1994! Aren't we cool? But a lot of the research I did for contemporary jazz was, oh man, it's a little housey, they're trying to be urban, they're trying to be cool. So what I've got here is a sequencer from 2004, almost 20 years old, the Roland Phantom X8, which allowed me to cut and paste and all the elements and sample the loop. But almost the entire track is here, except the vocals and the trumpet overdubs, which are on the recorder. So here's a brief sample of the entire track, which is going to sound very similar to what's exported to the computer. It's got the piano on it as well, and the bass. But I'm just gonna solo things so you can hear them. Here's the loop. There's some really cool percussion. Oh, that's cool. There's this hit, I think. Yeah. The bass. So everything was played here. A lot of it was quantized. There's the piano. It's a piano with a pad. Then another pad. Let's see if we can find another one of the percussion. Oh, that's cool. This line here, it just stopped. The pad is in again. Almost the entire track is here. This is the song. So actually, in this particular case, I wrote the chords first. No, I did the loop first, and then wrote the chords over it, just played some cool chords, long before a melody, long before any of the production. The production is unique in that it's all arrangement, how things come in and come out and build. You noticed when I was doing the soloing, I was chasing certain things because things come in and out to build the song and the energy, and then the closing chorus is always what I call the kitchen sink, where everything's happening. Let me see what else there is. So that little synthy thing actually became the melody in the trumpet version of the chorus. And it was just, you can sort of tell. Let me see if I can pull it back. See how stupid it. I just played that once too and thought, oh, that sounds cool. That's going to move the song along. But it actually became one of the primary melodies in the song. So I said I had both the trumpet and the voice on this. And what I did was I wrote two completely different songs because I weave together the vocal melody and the trumpet melody. And I think I was successful. The lyric for the song came from, when I write lyrics, it's very extemporaneous. They say I'm left of center, that's what's left of me. They say I'm left of center, but I just want to be free. They say I'm getting better with age. No, not really. But I've lost my rudder when I discover the world is but a stage where actors in a play. So I'm being philosophical there. And then the chorus is heaven real, or is it the way you make me feel? So it's about my wife, Christy, who's been with me for 27 years.
Old version of Audition.
How old is your version of Audition? It's the second version, Adobe 1.5, and I got Cool Edit Pro in 1998. Probably nobody remembers that. And it upgraded to Adobe 1, probably then a 1.5. And every time I get a new computer, I get your dad to come out and find a way to install it in the next version of Windows. Because I want to be able to spend my time being creative and not on a steep learning curve. And I know that's a little bit lame, but so here is Adobe Audition 1.5, and you can see only about 10, 12 tracks off the sequencer. So now we're going to get into the vocals, which is, we started with, so I was a studio singer in the 80s, and I do my own doubles and harmonies to make it sound cool. What I did, so oftentimes, was sing all the parts myself. Heaven's real. Heaven's so this is just three of me singing a unison. Heaven's real. And then at the end, I add a harmony. Let me make sure the trumpets are out of there. Heaven's real. Heaven's real. Heaven's real. Yeah, there's another one. It's not a harmony, but four of them. Oh, there's an octave. That's right. Then the other vocals are the lead, which is, as I said before, here's the lyric, and I only use one verse. And since I have that, here's actually the trumpet music for the trumpet melody. And again, two different songs. This is different from what I sing. Okay, so the lead vocal doesn't come in until a little later in the song after the trumpets have come in. It just sings one verse. But it's a literal double, so I sing it once and I sing it a second time. So here's that. I'm getting better with age. But I've lost my rider when I discover the world is but a stage, girl. We're actors in a play. And then you see the double come in for the chorus, is heaven real. Now doubles are particularly hard to sing because you have to be right with it. You hear that chorus effect? And in a lot of ways, it's much better to just use a chorus and make it sound like a double. But using a digital effect doesn't sound like a literal double. This is a literal double. Is heaven real? Is heaven real? Is it the way you make me feel? When we steal our way to a better place, I believe that heaven's real. Heaven's real. So that's a literal double and has all this energy and accounts for a lot of the energy in the song. That double on the chorus. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the trumpets. Heaven's real. Again, we have a double. Then a scat over the two trumpets. Okay, so there's an interesting point to be made here with the trumpets. One of the most successful pop trumpeters was Herb Alpert. And he not only used doubles all the time, but he used that trumpet, the bend trumpet, for his instrument. So it harkens back to his records.
Is heaven real? Is heaven
So now we
real?
put
Is it
the
way
trumpet
you
line
make me feel?
and that little synthy line with the double vocals. Like I said, at the end, you build this, what I call the kitchen sink, everything going together to get you to the end. Oh, and then this is the cool little thing.
Heaven's real.
The vamp to the end, okay?
Heaven's real. Heaven's real.
My reverbs come from two places in the box, right here, which you can add right in the multi-track. You see the effects here. So you're seeing this effects setting for this particular track. But I also outsourced to my favorite reverb, which is an analog buttons. And even though we're so used to dialing in with the numbers, what our pre-delay, what our decay is, it's really nice to just use an analog knob to dial in and move just the right amount of decay, the right amount of pre-delay to get your vocal or your trumpet sounding good. And I use that it's got a wonderful sound, and it's 40 years old. The only place on this song where I'm using the old Alesis XTC reverb is on the muted trumpet. So here you get to hear how nice and smooth it is, and how much high frequency it has in it. We can take the other guy out. So that gives you all the flexibility, the exact sound you want, and that's what I like.
And you record the vocals and the trumpet right here.
Right, so this is the placement for the trumpet mic, and I use the same mic for my trumpet that I use for my vocals. And this is the AKG Gold 414. And this was Carlene Carter's microphone until it didn't work, and then Terry Albrecht fixed it and gave it to me in a trade for another unit. But very smooth. If you listen to, well, you've heard the quality of the vocals and the trumpet. And I use the same mic for the vocals and the trumpet. I use this, the Universal Audio 610 preamplifier exclusively for anything in this room. And I record drums in here, or just cymbals, hi-hat. Sometimes I'll play myself if I want to go over a sequence. And this is the preamp I use. Got a couple other different microphones, but very simple. Okay, here we go. Is Heaven Real? Final version. So you got the loop there. Those hits, sounds very housey, and then trumpets come in. And again, I said, this is that Herb Alpert sort of feel, which is so retro. That extra little percussion. Then the scat with the trumpet, a little vocal with the trumpet. Piano, very simple, just whole notes. A little more vocal. Here's the first chorus. And the first chorus, like I said, is the trumpet with that little stupid melody I played in one take. The muted trumpet is doubling that, and that's the first chorus. Like I said, two completely different songs. Back to the intro. Okay, the intro has a little muted trumpet solo, just to separate it out. You don't go back to those vocals. It's a full 4 bars. Now here comes the second song. The singer.
Getting better with age. But I've lost my rider when I
No effects flex on that vocal at all. It's just dry with compression. Piano comes back in, building to the second chorus. Now you hear the vocal chorus with that double. Oh, and the trumpet's there too. So both choruses are playing now. But you feel the way the whole thing sort of builds. Now the vocals again. This is the same breakdown, no different chords. There's no bridge. Now we're going to go into a trumpet solo, I think. The B section of the trumpet with the scat, and then the three-part harmony. Then the lyrics back in from the verse. So you have the trumpet and the vocals splitting that verse. Out chorus, probably doubled. Notice the pads are building. There are more pads this time. So just one chorus was enough with the kitchen sink, and then going out, those background vocals and the muted trumpet playing. And then we have what's called a Picardy a third, the major, from the minor to the major. Is heaven real? Hope you like it.